Hey.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there, and I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception. His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason. Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
A soul jar rests between two fallen columns, emanating a faint odor of seaweed and timber. When you touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship. Your armor pulses with enchantment, dominating those who draw near. Your flag flies for Brachus Rex, a tyrant who traded for your soul. With his power, your flesh and blood is no longer relevant. The vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying to sever your connection. To be soulless is a horrible, empty fate. You seek out Brachus's vault, but the moment you reach the soul jar, he ensnares you. Thus imprisoned, you can only dream about what is out of reach, your soul and that alluring armor. The vision shatters as the soul squirms away from you, curling up in the bottom of the jar. The soul jar pulses with trapped life force.
Nice.
This jar glitters and glows. With a jerk, the dwarf, you pull your hand away from the jar.
Nice.
The jar before the soul jar rocks as soon as the vision, a shadow, as you pull your hand.
Good find.
The terrible vision fades.
Gratiana's life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just saw one of them move. The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness. As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex. He promises power, for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar.
Nice.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
I can't help but sympathize with him. He just wanted to go home.
One can't help but have a bit of sympathy. Who wouldn't want to return to their home?
What he did shames his people.
There's two-handed starting weapon that you can get. You can get the spear over here. In cavern entrance, when you get to Fort Joy, you will eventually get to this beach where Seville is and this doctor. Now you just need to go over here into this cavern and go to this location. Then this hatch will reveal itself and just go down. Or that will give you also his quest. It will be so nice to have. You can get the spear . Alright, here is a guide to the quest called the Lord Wittermore's Soul Jar. If you don't know where you can get this quest,
The lid flies open with a metallic squeal. A one-armed skeleton clad in a pristine coat unfolds himself from inside the chest. He rolls his neck, aligning spine and skull in a long, crackling chorus.
Captain Sex Zapper, slaver of the seas, servant of the source. Thank you for your help, do I? Now, I'll thank you for your life. Brachus Rex will get his due, as will you. Rise! Your death...
flies open with a metallic squeal. A one-armed skeleton clad in a pristine coat unfolds himself from inside the chest. Metallic squeal. He rolls.
Captain Sek Zappa, slaver of the seas, servant of the Source King. Thank you for your help, do I? Now, I'll thank you for your life. Brachus Rex. Thick as thieves were we. Indeed. I took from him more than we agreed, but...
The captain looks behind him, taking in the empty chest.
Centuries. Of little consequence to me are you. My armor wants finding. For your sake, may we never meet again.
My, the giant takes...
I must say, lacking skin may make me a target for mortals. However, they are infuriating.
The ancient wooden door reeks of salt and seaweed. Not a single nick or gouge mars the detailed face carved across its surface. It also has no lock or handle, but when you run your fingers across the wood, the carved face comes to life.
This ship has the claim of a captain. Unless you belong to Sek Zappa, I suggest you leave. Well, since you are so polite-like, no!
The door falls silent.
Yeah, I've had enough of your yowling. Get along, then.
These ramshackle quarters have seen better days. You can make out the silhouette of Captain Sek Zappa, radiating disdain while stroking the buttons of his coat.
Why can't you just stop? Have a life to reclaim, do I? The life I traded for my soul. The plunder, the power, the fleeing souls I snared. Yes. I still have that account to settle, do we? Go on, give it here. Power for my soul. This trade again. A deal you have. But Learned a trick since last we met, have I?
The captain snaps his fingers with a sharp clack. Bones clatter as his arm comes alive, climbing toward its master.
And now?
With clear reluctance, the captain strips off his enchanted clothes, tossing them in a pile at your feet. He rips the soul jar out of your hands, observing its greenish glow.
Leave an offering on every altar you see, should you? You'll need help for when I find you again.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
The others have gone together.
The goddess's tears still... The stone gargoyle trains glistening agate eyes upon you. Its jaws creak open, raining dust as it begins.
You are not Brachus Rex. No. Brachus is the one with the ring. You are not he. You may enter anyway. You may stay forever. Each lock opens only with a soul. And how many of those does one mortal have? Maybe you'll find some in the garden, or maybe your soul will help the next adventurer through. They always do.
Well, that doesn't look ominous at all.
Why do I get the feeling we'll be on the other side of it in a moment?
The gargoyle taps one stony claw upon its plinth as it rasps a message to you.
Riddle me this, wanderer. How would mighty Brachus douse a man on fire?
It burns! It won't stop! Please, help! The flames will burn me forever! Get back! Brachus Rex has decreed none of you may approach him! Fire! It burns! It won't stop!
Glory is mine. Into the dark with you.
Hurts, doesn't it? The flames!
I must say, I was hoping... Lacking... However, they...
Careful now. That's a trap. Careful.
Careful now, that's a
Careful
trap.
now. That's a trap.
Locked tight. Surely there's another skull around here somewhere. Careful now. That's a trap.
Careful now. That's a trap.
That looks dangerous. But maybe I can disarm it.
Hi, how are you? We're good.
Careful now.
Careful.
That's a trap.
I've spotted a trap.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
All good. All fine.
This again.
Please, help! The flames will burn me forever!
That's good.
Move, Quercus! Put some space between us and this lunatic!
Enough down here to melt silver.
Yeah, it depends well, how much time that I have, really. But yeah. I'm not playing only one game, you know.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Yeah, I have played Power World. I have beat the game. Thanks. I know. All the time, people come like you know, trying to sell me stuff that I don't need. No, I don't need the stuff. Sorry. That's why I'm not sucking too much, because I know that you want to sell me stuff, and I don't care about that, you know. It's always the same. I don't know why you don't get bored doing that. Asking people if you want to sell your stuff. Always the same.
Stern eyes and
another crawling rat, tracking your stinking paws beneath my nose.
There are like 1 million people.
Vermin are not tolerated in my house. Begone! Do not doubt my power. I merely wish you gone.
The stony gaze of the gargoyle pins you to the spot as it spreads its wings before you.
Cheater! Sneak! Clever will only walk you so far.
Game bugs.